Hello, yeah, this is a pickups video. It's obviously my meat and potatoes pickups videos. I try not to do too much of them, but when I've bought enough to show, it's a necessity, isn't it? So, yeah, this is 46. Actually, I think it's been a while since my last one. But I tried recording this yesterday, and it was, what did I? No. I tried recording something the day before, and it was about 18 minutes for not a lot. So, and in the intervening time, I bought something pretty significant. So I thought I'd just scrap the first one and do another one. Try and make it shorter, but with more stuff. Content, content. Right, I'll cut out all the crap. I'll just cut straight to the chase. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, this was again, my Saturday mornings have been pretty fruitful for me of late. You might have noticed if you've been watching my recent pickups videos. And this was a couple of weeks ago. I went to the car boot, didn't see anything. On my way back, the last shop I went into was Game Station. And they know me in there. They know me to talk to. I think they know me as the guy who goes in, looks around at all the retro stuff, and then leaves without buying anything. Generally, I never buy anything new from there or current gen. But because they've tried to direct me towards all the retro stuff in the past, saying that they've got all this good stuff in. As they do sometimes in Game Station. Bit of a hard sell, but I don't mind. And on this occasion, the manager came up to me. I had my headphones in. The manager came up to me, and he said, "Oh, we've got some disc-only games over there." Okay, it's not really my sort of thing. But I turned around. There was a guy already rifling through this big box, and just to placate him, because he knew what sort of thing I'm after. Just to placate him, I might as well go have a look. It won't hurt, will it? And he did mention something about a special offer, because they're obviously trying to get rid of these discs, but I didn't really hear him because I had one headphone in and one headphone out. All I heard was they were 49p each, and there was a buy one get one free special offer. But I missed the very important detail, and you'll see the consequences of that in a minute. I'll get them out to start off with, because I was rifling through. I didn't intend to buy anything really. I was just going to say, there's nothing for me at the moment, which is my general excuse. But one of the first games I came to was Lucifer's Call. Shin Megami Tensei Lucifer's Call. It's 49p, and it's in pretty nice nick. The disc's a bit dirty, so it's basically just disc and manual. I don't know what I want to do with it. Obviously I've got it, but I suppose I could send it somewhere if someone wants it. Because it's a game worth having. But obviously this is a good game to start off with, so I couldn't turn it down really 49p, even though it's only a disc and a manual. So I thought I might as well rifle through the rest, because this is pretty good quality. If they've got more stuff like this, then I might as well take a look. And the next one that came up was Castlevania Curse of Darkness, and then Blood Will Tell. I've got to apologise to Sean Studios, because I mentioned this game to him in one of his recent pickups videos, and he said that it sounded like something he might like. And he mentioned to me recently he's not seen it yet. And literally, I think it was the day after, or the day before he'd mentioned he'd not seen it, I bought this. But then, at the time, there was 2 copies of this, in just sort of like this. And I'd totally forgotten that I'd mentioned it to him, and he mentioned that he was after it. And but I would have quite liked 2 copies anyway. But the thing is, I don't want to think that I'm buying it. Obviously, if I buy 2, I'll be buying one for myself and one for someone else, because I wouldn't want to in the first place, would I? So I didn't want them to think that I was a reseller. But so I just picked one. But if I'd remembered, I could have sent it to Sean, but I apologise for not remembering. And the last three, I got 6, 49p. Ended up paying 2.94. It's King of the Fighters 2000-2001. Spectral versus Generation, which is a 2D one-on-one fighter. It's sort of anime inspired. Its reviews are a bit middling, but that's one of the reasons I bought these is for obviously because they're so cheap, and I'm using them as like a sampler, can't I? So I mean, if I do like the game, if I find that I like the game, because most of these are games that I'm not too sure about paying money for because I'm a cheap git, but I wouldn't mind playing and seeing if I like. So I've used that opportunity to just try the game out. And the last one was Chaos Legion, and this is the one I'm least optimistic about because I've heard it's just a really poor man's Devil May Cry. But and also I thought I'd look through their box to see if they had any spare manual, because I'm missing a few manuals, but they didn't. But one of the reasons I wanted to show you these, because I wasn't really going to classify them as pickups as such, because they're not going to go to any sort of collection. But is that some of the discs are shocking. I think Chaos Legion is the worst. Chaos Legion is, it's just grimy and manky and scratched. Although I think they'll all play. I was wondering people's advice about cleaning discs, because I tried to sell a copy of Raiden 3 once, and I made the mistake of cleaning it just a couple of hours before the auction finished. I ended up really screwing it up, and it stopped working, so I had to leg it to Game Station to get it cleaned, and then leg it back just so I could test that I hadn't ballsed it up permanently. But luckily I'd saved it, but not before I had a bit of a panic. But one of these, I forgot which one it is. One of them's got a blue disc. I think which one is it? Blue disc. Oh, there we go. That's the one. Spectral versus Generation. Looks like it's had stuff stuck on it. It looks almost like it's got glue residue, sticker residue, So I was wondering if anyone's got any proper methods for cleaning discs. Decent methods for cleaning discs. Because like I said, this DVD cleaning fluid stuff, it's like a repair kit that I've had before. Just almost screwed up a copy of Raiden 3. But also, I've noticed that it's stopped evaporating. It sort of sits on the disc. I don't know whether it's because I'm doing it wrong, but the stuff, it didn't evaporate, so it would leave it with this sort of greasy film. Even though it looked sort of clean to the naked eye, if you touched it, it'd leave a sort of greasy mark. It was horrible. But if anybody's got any tips for properly cleaning discs, I'm not talking about that dodgy toothpaste thing, or I think it was a Fatal Hybrid mentioned boiling it. I don't know, I'm not sure I could go that far. Although 49p, it's not much of a risk, is it? But I don't like wasting money. You might have noticed. But if anyone's got any tips, can you let me know? Just put it in the comments box, and I'll be really appreciative. But moving on. That was just a couple of weeks ago. I've not really bought much since. Moving on to yesterday, went to the car boot sale and did one circuit. Car boot sales haven't been kind to me in the past. I did one circuit and didn't see anything. I mean, there was a 2600 Woody for 12 quid. I suppose I don't know whether that's good or not. And there are a couple of other like individual sort of games here and there that I was interested in. And there were quite a few people selling games, which is not normally the case, but this was pretty good. But I just did one circuit because I wanted to kill time, because it was still really early and I wanted to go into town, which is a short walk away. So just before I left, I went down to one of the first stalls that you meet as you come in. A woman that I'd already walked past before, and I looked down and I saw a whole pile of PS1 games, and there's no mistaking what they were. I'll get them out one by one because I bought 5 in total, and she was asking 3 for £5, which isn't necessarily cheap for PS1 games at car boot sale. But when you see what they've got, then it's a bargain. First one, Parasite Eve 2. You might notice that these are all games I've got. That's the one downside to these, is that they're all pretty much eBay fodder, which I don't like doing. but I've got to the point now where I've got the majority of the PS1 games you know, that I want everyone to get. But so, you know, usually when I see a PS1 game, I've already got it. So, or a PS1 game I want, I've already got it. But it's difficult to pass up. You know, it takes quite a bit of a self-control to walk past a pile of games this good and then just not buy it. And once you've bought it, there's only one way for it to go. It's either trade it or put it on eBay. And like I've mentioned, I do need to. I can't really afford to trade these. This one's got cracks, a few cracks there, but it doesn't really affect it. That's the only. It's just a slight broken case there, but it's really minor. You know, it's all complete inside. I think the case is a bit clammy, a bit grubby, and only a bit of clean. But inside the discs are perfect, and the manuals are perfect. And the next one I've got Final Fantasy VIII Platinum Edition, but who cares? Again, inside manuals, discs are all spot on. It has that same slightly yellowed look, and maybe a light smoker, I don't know. Those two I got after I got this lot because she was offering. She wanted a 3 for $5, and she only had 5 PS1 games, so I picked the 3 I wanted and left those 2, and I went off and did something else, you know, for half an hour, and came back because I wanted to kill time. Came back, and these were still there, and I thought I'll go and offer her £3 for those 2, and she took it reluctantly. You know, with a bit of persuasion. I said, how much are they? Because she recognised me from the time before, and I said, how much for these 2? And she, well, they're the same price, 3 for $5. I said, but I only want these. And she sat and she thought, and she tried to work it out in her head, and she said, right, $3.50 each. Oh no, $3.50. Right? We would take £3 because she's going up. She should be bargaining down, but she's not. She's going up from the price she's quoted. So she's not really got to grips with it. But I said, will you take £3 because she already knew how much money I had because she'd given me my change, and she took it reluctantly with a bit of a smile, but it did sort of drop slightly. So I've got those 2, but the ones that I got first off, the better ones, the first 3 that I bought. And the first one is another Final Fantasy X, and like those 2, they're all complete. The discs are all in spot on condition. They look like these games look like they might have been up in someone's loft. They're a bit dusty, a bit yellowy sort of dust, and maybe, like I said, maybe a light smoker. But there's no cracks in the discs or in the cases or anything. I think the cases just need a bit of a clean. So got those 2 and Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy VI. This one's got a broken hinge, but it's the back. So there's nothing wrong with the front. I want to try and retain the sticker because they all sold with those stickers. But it's just the back section which I can swap with anything. So and a bit of a crack there. Actually, I noticed. Yeah. So I've got Final Fantasy VI again, like the others. It's got the demo, and it's got the little. It's not curtains coming. No, it's my imagination. It's got the demo, and it's got all like the bits, and like the others, they're all pretty much in the same condition. And final one, Final Fantasy Anthology. So this is slightly better condition than number 6. It's not got any cracks or anything, and the discs are all in spot on condition as in the manual. They're all exactly the same. So they've obviously been looked after, probably sort of stored away or somewhere. But maybe like I said, in a house of a light smoker. But I can't really complain about those, can I? They're all spot on. So I've got all those 5 for £8. Works out as £1.60. So the woman before, for those first 3, they were 3 for £5. It works out £1.66. And so she was quibbling over losing 6p per game from when I came back and offered her £3 for 2. I'm confusing myself. But so that's the best haul I've ever had. So car boots come good because I've only ever bought 2 or 3 games from all the times we've ever been to a car boot sale in the past. So at last, carboots sale came good for me. But yeah, that was all from yesterday. This last thing I've got to show you was a Gumtree purchase. I've been looking on Gumtree a bit recently, and there've been quite a lot of good stuff, like batches of stuff and lots. And most of them have been the ones I've spotted in London are a bit far away, like the South London and stuff, and it would have taken ages to get there. And one of them in particular was a batch of PS1, really good PS1, PS2 and GameCube games, including Twin Snakes. And I could have got all my money back for the whole lot just by selling on Twin Snakes, because it was 30 quid, and it would have taken about 8 quid to get there on the train. But I passed on that, even though the seller said I could have it, because I was first to get in there. But most of them would have been resale, and I would have been stuck with loads of crap because there was a lot of fillers. But so I left it. And there's been a few others a bit like that as well. But this particular game came from a lot this one guy had in North London, but still a bit of a journey away, in Finchley. It's a bit far from me. And he had 2 PS1s, a stack of games, about 16, 17 games for 30 quid. It was a pretty good price. The games were okay. They weren't real, just cheap, crappy sports titles. But one game in particular stood out. And I contacted him, and asked if he would sell the games individually. And about a couple of days later, he got back to me and said, "Yeah, that's okay. How much would you be willing to pay?" And knowing how much this game goes for on eBay, I didn't want to be too cheeky and offer him like sort of the going rate of about, you know, however many £30 divided by 16 would be, or 17 would be, and so I offered him a fiver, you know, sort of a decent amount, still a bargain, and he took it. And it is Team Buddies. This is about £35–40 worth on eBay. It's a strange game. It's Psygnosis developed. It's a sort of basic RTS. You've got these characters here. I think they're called buddies. And the intro starts off with they're all living in harmony. They're all going to this disco. It's like a nightclub. They're all living in harmony. They're all having fun. And then one day this shadow looms over their homeworld and drops all this stuff out of the sky. And they all go out to see what this stuff is, and they find out they're weapons, and they have no notion of weapons or war. They pick up all these things, and they start experimenting with them, and they realise what they are and what they do, and that they can kill each other with them. So then, from that point on, their little sort of idyllic homeworld is sort of smashed, and they just spend all their time killing each other. And they all break off into their coloured tribes, because they're all multicoloured, a bit like Bomberman. So it's an RTS, but also has this sort of block stacking. You have to collect these blocks and take them back to your base, because you start off as like an arena, and you have little teams, and you have to go and kill. The basic idea is you have to go and kill your enemies. But you can collect blocks and then stack the blocks, and however you stack the blocks gives you certain special items, and there are other tasks to fulfil as well. So it's quite varied. GameSpot didn't like it. They gave it about 45%, but the general consensus is about sort of 7 out of 10, 7 or 8 out of 10. So, and it's I think one of the main hooks is how funny it is, because if you check out some videos on YouTube, the script is brilliant. It's really funny. It's UK developed, and it's got like, lots of recognisable UK talent doing the voiceovers, like Craig Charles with his Scouse accent. So I might even read the back, all the stuff on the cover. Well, it might take a bit of acting. Yeah, sorry. Parental guidance. It's got a parental guidance sticker. It says, "Look, don't say we didn't warn you." Yeah, Y-A. You won't see that because I won't focus. Yeah, there. It says, "This game contains foul language, loads of violence, and tons of serious ammo. It might look cute, but it definitely ain't for kids. Okay." There you go. And on the back, it says, "I'm the governor around there." That's quoting Ray Winston in Scum, isn't it? I'm the daddy. He says daddy, isn't it? Yeah. "I'm the governor around here. You touch my base, you're dead. You steal my guns, you're dead. You mess with my mates, you're dead. In fact, you're going to have to work pretty hard just to stay alive, because any way you look at it, you're dead." Right, that's how it goes. And it says, "Aggressive battle action game with some of the foulest language ever heard anywhere. 30 plus missions plus multiplayer games for up to 4 players. Those are big weapons, enough to compensate for even the smallest dick." That's what it says. That's what it says. There we go. So it's not for kids. not for kids. Yeah, I offered him a £5 and he took it. And I went to go and collect it, and it was a bit of a bus ride away, so it was a bit of a trek. And when I got there, he was a really sort of relaxed, sort of genuine friendly bloke, and I felt a bit guilty about just offering him £5 because he obviously didn't know how much this was worth. He was just really relaxed about selling his stuff on a Gumtree, and he was going to sell it on eBay as well if he didn't get any more responses. But I couldn't, you know, I offered him a £5 and he took it, so I could have told him how much it was worth, but that would have been ridiculous, a bit foolish, wouldn't it? But yeah, I got it, left, said my goodbyes, and then ran off down the road before he realised. So I want to mention about those games actually, the games from Game Station, the loose games, is that it was in the offer. I mentioned this offer, the one that I didn't quite hear properly. They're all 49p each, so I got 6. I paid £2.94, and I didn't hear the offer properly. And the guy next to me was getting out piles of 10 and buying them, and they were charging him £2.45. So okay. Then I remembered the offer, only when it was too late. The offer was buy 10, get them half price. If I bought 6, so I paid £2.94. If I'd chosen 4 more, I would have got them for 46p, 45p cheaper, I think. Something like, yeah, 45p cheaper. So I made a mistake there. Although they should have told me. They should have told me, but I didn't. So that's a pretty nice haul. That's one of my best hauls I've had recently. I don't think you can see them. There you go. Yeah, so if anybody's got any tips for cleaning discs, can you let me know? I'd be really appreciative. So, as I've been mentioning quite recently, I'm going to try and just cut out the amount of pickups videos I do, but this is just natural. It's the easiest option, isn't it? So, no doubt there will be some. Probably another one next week if I've seen any carboots house. So, thanks for watching. Like I said, more videos coming out very soon. See you later.